Welcome my friend. Are you looking for safest country in the world? First of all, the main question is why you should consider the safest country in the world. Because if you want to immigrate, or if you want to travel safely, or if you want to invest money and open a business, if so, then you have come to the right place. Keep watching. In this video, I'll discuss Global Finance Magazine and Global Peace Index reports. Safety is one of the top priorities for nations worldwide, be it in better protecting its people on the roads, protecting them against crime, or even safeguarding them against online crime. A total of 163 countries are included in the report. There are 23 different indicators used to determine how safe or how dangerous a country is. These factors are broken into these categories: ongoing international and domestic conflict, societal safety and securities, militarization, number of internal and external violent conflict, level of distrust, political instability, potential for terrorist act, number of homicides, military expenditure as a percentage of GDP. Based on these factors, a score is calculated for each of the 163 countries featured in the report. The lower the score, the higher the nation is ranked in terms of safety. While a certain island nation is perceived as the safest in the world, European countries dominate these categories in this report. The Global Peace Index listed the following countries as the safest in the world. Number 1, Iceland. Number 2, New Zealand. Number 3, Portugal. Number 4, Austria. Number 5, Denmark. Number 6, Canada. Number 7, Singapore. Number 8, Slovenia. Number 9, Japan. Number 10, Czech Republic. And the last one is Switzerland. So my friend, before starting a detailed video, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscription and hit a bell icon. So number 11 is Switzerland, officially called the Swiss Confederation, is a small country in Central Europe. It is one of the world's wealthiest countries and has been well known for centuries for its neutrality. One of the countries with the highest quality of life. Switzerland may have some of the most expensive city in the world to live in, but its citizens get value for money. According to the Social Progress Report, medical, nutritional and access to basic knowledge in where the country shines. Its index is 88.87 out of 100. Switzerland has low unemployment, a skilled labor force, and one of the highest gross domestic products per capita in the world. According to the CIA World Fact Book, the country's strong economy is powered by low corporate tax rates, a highly developed service sector led by financial services, and the high-tech manufacturing industry. Number 10, Czech Republic. The Czech Republic attracts tourists and professionals from all over the world who come to visit, live, work or study to the beautiful country. Czech Republic is a wondrous landlocked country in Central Europe. It is bordered by Poland to the northeast and east, Slovakia to the southeast, Austria to the south and Germany to the west and northwest. According to Global Peace Index, the country has placed in top 10 safest countries similarly to previous years. In fact, it is the most stable and prosperous of the post-communist state, with the lowest unemployment rate in the European Union. Crime rates have gradually decreased over the years, especially violent crimes. The Czech Republic also has low access to weapons and a low impact of terrorism. The country's fall in ranking is due to its relatively high involvement in foreign conflicts, the high ratio of the number of prisoners per capita, and the assessment of security forces and police. Number 9, Japan. Japan has been in the top 10 countries in the Global Peace Index for 12 years, consistently receiving high marks for low crime rates, internal conflict, and political terror. Japan is one of the safest countries in the world, so if you worry about crime, you should probably look into moving here. The most common crimes here include stealing a bicycle or umbrellas left outside the convenience store. At the metro and trains, you can see locals who take a nap while having their phone in their hand or clearly visible. It's also not uncommon to see people walking around their backpacks and bags open. Another thing, people don't even lock their homes all the time or their bicycles. That's how safe it is in Japan. A couple of areas of concern include Japan's troubled relations with its neighbors and the increasing size and power of the country's self-defense force. Japan is known for having limited immigration and limited access to firearms. Japan doesn't see carrying a firearms to be an individual's right. Tokyo is considered to the safest city in the world according to the safest city index from the Economist Intelligence Unit, ranking first in cybersecurity and fourth for infrastructure security and personal security. Number 8. Slovenia. It is also known as one of the cleanest countries in the world. Slovenia has a very low terrorism risk. Slovenia is considered to be one of the safest countries to visit in Eastern Europe. I think it's well deserved. In most part of Slovenia countryside, people don't lock their cars or houses. No need for that. Not to mention, it is also one of the greenest destinations in the world with its many forests spread across the country. Nearly 60% of Slovenia is covered in lush forest, and more than 40 parks and reserves are home to some 20,000 different plants and animals, with a network of diverse hiking trails. Next, Singapore. Singapore ranks 7th on the GPI. Singapore is one of the 20 smallest countries in the entire world. The main island is 40 km long and 23 km wide and has a total land area of just 683 square kilometers. It is the easiest place across the globe to do business. According to a business list published by the World Bank, the entire economy of Singapore is based on shipping, and everything from sand to fresh water is imported. At the same time, the state exports a lot as well. Singapore is one of the lowest crime rate in the world, which is due to severe penalties that are issued for even small crimes. The government and police strictly control guns and the weapon, so violent and confrontational crimes are rare in Singapore. The city-state is also the second safest city in the world according to the Safe City Index from the Economist Intelligence Unit. Singapore ranked first for infrastructure securities and personal security, second for digital security, and 8th for health security. Next, Canada. Canada is the 6th safest country in the world according to Global Peace Index, maintaining its position from 2018. Canada received particularly good scores for internal conflict, levels of crime, and political stability. Canada is one of the most positive immigration policies in the world. Some important reasons why this is the safest country for immigrants: successful migration with full family, free education and medicals, migration possible for skilled workers as well as investors, many opportunities in the information technology sectors for software professionals, eligibility for Canadian citizenship with 3 years of arrival in Canada with permanent resident status, dual citizenship allowed, free medical facilities, free education, old age insurance, unemployment insurance, and many more. Minimal government regulation in starting your own business, access to the United States and Mexico markets based on the NAFTA agreement. Next, Denmark. Ranked 5th on the Global Peace Index, Denmark is one of the safest countries and it has been named the world's happiest country on numerous occasions and remains to be in the very top of the report. Denmark is one of the few countries where people report feeling safe at any time on day or night, even children. Denmark has a high level of equality and a strong sense of common responsibility for social welfare. Two things that contribute to both Denmark's safety and happiness. Corruption is rare in business or politics, as honesty and trust are top priorities in Denmark. Denmark is also a welfare state, meaning that everyone receives service and perks that help them live comfortable lives. Everyone in Denmark has access to healthcare with no additional fees to them. Tuition-free education and elder care provided and home care helpers. Number 4. Austria. According to the Global Peace Index, Austria is in the top 5 world's most peaceful countries. That makes a very safe destination and explains why so many people are choosing to travel to Austria every year. Austria improved in several areas including increases to the UN peacekeeping funding, weapons exports, and reduced terrorism impact. Serious crimes are uncommon, although people should be aware of pickpockets and purse snatchers. Moreover, Austria has been secure any major act of terrorism. Next, Portugal. Portugal comes in 3rd in the ranking of the most peaceful countries. In 2014, Portugal was ranked 18th in the world and has since made huge steps to be ranked 3rd. If you are interested in Portugal and getting a citizenship, then this rank is very important for you. Portuguese citizenship comes with a numbers of benefits. These benefits include the right to live and work in Portugal, to study in Portugal, or to live, work and travel within Europe as well. The Portuguese passport is also highly ranked and gives you visa-free access to many countries around the world. There are several paths for that you can obtain Portuguese citizenship, some easier than others. If you are lucky, you will have a Portuguese parents or grandparents. If that doesn't apply to you, there are a number of other avenues to citizenship, including simply living in Portugal for 5 years. I already discussed best 3 options for getting Portuguese citizenship. You should check my video which I already given in I button and description also. It will be helpful for you for getting Portuguese passport. So moving to the next country is New Zealand. It is the second safest country in the world. New Zealand has a very low crime rate, especially violent crime. But stealing, however, is a common occurrence, especially for tourists. New Zealand's score slightly decreased from the year before due to the terror attack on 2 mosques in Christchurch on March 2019. New Zealanders are normally open-minded and have law in place to prevent abuse of anyone's freedom of speech or expressions. Police in New Zealand don't carry personal guns.
Number 1. Iceland. According to Global Peace Index, Iceland is the safest country in the world for 12th year in a row. Iceland is a Nordic nation with a relatively small population. Iceland is considered one of the most beautiful countries in the entire world. It's an island isolated from the other parts of Europe, famous from the amazing nature, awesome landscapes. Iceland has a very low level of crime attributed to its high standard of living, a small population, a strong social attitude against crime, a high level of trust in their well-trained, highly educated police force, and a lack of tension between social and economic classes. Iceland doesn't have a military and the police don't carry firearms with them. So my friend, according to my research, if you want to immigrate, then Canada, Denmark and Portugal is the best option.
So my friend, how was this video? If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button.